Hey everybody. So I watched a video from Anticipating Christ's Return, and she said something today that made me think about some priesthood blessings I've had and just knowing who I am and really what my purpose is. And she said that there was a meeting before President Nelson died well, several meetings, I'm sure, but in this one particular meeting, it was said that God's work was going to start. It was going to become a challenge for the gospel to be preached. And then she starts talking about how and why, basically, and we can see it now with the absolute gross darkness that lies within people. People are not kind anymore. People seek to hurt. They I don't know whether it's a thrill or a dopamine hit or just that rush. Like, I don't understand. But she was saying too that she was talking about the rising generation and how, you have older people who were told in the church that they were the rising generation, and that we're told we're the rising generation, and so on and so on. And then she said, if you're in your 70s and you were told you're a rising generation, she says, rise up, shine your light, But it reminded me of some blessings that I had a while ago, and the stirring that I have to do this YouTube channel and to help people. And so it made me think, what am I doing to rise up? What am I doing to share the gospel and share kindness? And I think I've been on track with these videos that I've posted. I haven't had any new subscribers. I haven't really had a ton of likes or views on my videos, but that's okay, because I'm not doing this for that. Even if I help just one person, if I have one person who just watches consistently and they like what they see and it helps them and it, pushes them along and pushes them forward and pushes them towards, our Savior, then hey, but I'm not out here for the views. I'm not out here for anything other than to show people that life takes work. And if you work hard, it becomes easy. And, to go on with the shining your light deal, it takes a great amount of courage and hard work to shine your light, because nobody wants to be persecuted. Nobody wants to feel left out. Nobody wants to be shunned or made fun of or doxed or ousted, or no one wants that. So it's really, really hard to want to share your knowledge and love for the gospel. But I'm going to, because I know, being who I am, that and again, with the stirring I had to start this YouTube channel, that's what I'm supposed to do. And if this channel doesn't grow, then so be it. If it grows, then awesome. But I'm not out here for the numbers. I'm not out here for anything other than to share the love of our Savior and to help you to hopefully understand who you are and love yourself. And sometimes that's a difficult thing to do, to love yourself, because we are constantly thrown to the wolves. We're always told, look at how you don't have this and you don't have that, and look at how bad your life is, and look at all the things going wrong, and I mean all the negative, right? All the negative. It makes me think of that. It's not really a song, but it's a song. It's I think it was "Don't Forget Your Sunscreen." Don't forget to wear sunscreen. And the part in there says, "Don't read beauty magazines. They will only make you feel ugly." And that is their intent and their purpose, to make you feel ugly. So you do what? Turn around and go buy their products so that you have a fake persona, because you don't love yourself. And I think that's another reason we see such a hatred towards one another. Like all these people hating everybody else because they don't believe a certain way, or despising, or arguing, bickering, just all these things, because it really boils down to not liking yourself and forgetting that you're a child of God. I have a strong testimony. I've been a member all my life, but I was not converted until I was in my 20s. And members, you know, when we have people who join the church, they're converts, right? They're converted, right? And I have always said that every member in the church is a convert, because we have to be converted. We have to have and know for ourselves that this is true. That's why we have testimonies, so that we can bear witness of miracles and of things that have been, things that we have felt in our heart, things that we have heard or seen. But just because you're a member all of your life does not mean you just get to just look at somebody else a different way because they're a member at the age of 72, or they're a member at the age of 35 and they came from a drug addicted, you know, alcoholism. I mean, you name it, you name it. They came from the horrible background, and somehow a lot of members think that they're better than, and it's like, no, you're not. I'm no better than the person who was just baptized into our ward a couple weeks ago. The only thing I have is a little more knowledge, but that's about it. I'm still learning. And anyway, but we all have to be converted. Like I said, I've been a member all my life, but I wasn't converted until I was in my 20s. And my experience, I remember Sister Barand and Sister Bird, and they were talking about the Book of Mormon and how they knew it was true. And I want to say I was, 22, 23, I think it was maybe 24, 22 to 24. It was in that range. And I remember sitting across the living room from them, and I enjoy their company. But it was not until that night when I had this whoosh, and I literally felt like when someone brushes past you and you can feel that whoosh. I had that, but it went into my heart. And you know, you hear of the burning in the bosom, right? Well, that's where your heart is, chest, basically. And I had the whoosh, and then I had the burning, and I have never, ever felt that before. I know the church is true, and I continue to see things, and I continue to have personal revelation. I don't have it for the world. I have it for me. And I know that even though the time for preaching the gospel is going to get extremely, well, how should I say extremely, a little bit more challenging because of the more darkness that's overcoming this world. But I like what, oh my goodness, I forget her name. Anticipating Christ's return. She says, when you have, she goes, yeah, the darkness is there. And each of us have a little bit of light. But when we come together with our light, we shine brighter in the darkness. And I loved that. And it made me think of a flashlight, right? You have 750 lumens as opposed to 1400 lumens. Then you have 1500 lumens, or I think they're up to like 1800 lumens or something. But 700 to 1800, right? That's pretty doggone bright. And we're going to shine brighter because it's so dark. We're going to be able to light things and do more good despite the challenges that may come. And I just wanted to say that let your light so shine that others may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. That's found in Matthew. And that's what I intend to do. I intend to let my light shine. I'm not going to hide it. I'm not going to let it just be this. I'm not going to hide my light. I'm going to be like a lighthouse, shining bright and showing the way, because that's what I want to do. It's what I'm called to do, and quite frankly, that's what my name represents, sunny. Although I do have some partly cloudy with the chance of rain days. I do have those. But that's what I'm here for. And I'm just going to be I just want to be real. I don't want to be fake. I don't want to just do something to get views. I'm hoping to help people and hoping to share our Savior's love and his love for me, his love for you. And I'm hoping to just have a good time with this as well, because this is a new part. This is a new thing for me. Yeah. I don't think I have really much else to say other than I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I hope that the Savior's light can dispel whatever darkness you're in. You only have to call out to him and ask him for help, and he will help you. And it may not be in the way that you need, or excuse me, not the way you need, the way you think you need, or the way you want. Most of the times, it's not like that. And most of the time, it's not immediate. We kind of got to get through a little bit, and then as we get through the little bit, we can look back and say, hey, it's been 4 days, and I got through that. That's the Savior helping you all along. You're not forgotten. And yeah, you're not forgotten. All right, you guys have a great week, and I hope to see you guys back. And if you think this would help somebody, feel free to share, comment, or and subscribe. I'd appreciate that. But again, it's not about the numbers for me. Love you guys.